What is good, YouTube, man? Today I'm back with you guys with the nation for another video. And today, I had to bring this one because guess what, man? It's not much to talk about. And Vinny B drops this on our heads. He has a podcast and he name drops these two names. So I had to talk about it. And you already know, before I get into today's video, I have to give a big shout out to my guy, IC Nate, who's always coming in clutch with these thumbnails. So please, if you can, you guys go check his YouTube page out at IC_Nate on YouTube. But without further ado, man, let's get into the talk of the nation, man. Let's get into the talk of the town. Now, Allen Robinson, Chris Godwin. Those are the two that were name dropped by Vinny B on his podcast. Now, this one's interesting. Of course, they're both free agents this offseason. Both of them have a pretty nice resume. Now, they're not super far in age yet, but it is still worth mentioning. Allen Robinson is 28 now. He will be 29 when the season starts. Chris Godwin, 25 now. He will be 26 when the season starts, I believe. Now, I wanted to bring this to you guys because they both have kind of dealt, in my opinion, with average or below average quarterback play. Obviously not for Chris Godwin these last 2 years, but previously they both have dealt with average quarterback play. Now, I want to start with Allen Robinson, right? Allen Robinson is a guy that's been linked with the Raiders since last offseason. He has more NFL experience. He's been on two teams. If he comes to Vegas or wherever his next team will be, that would be his third. So let's start off. 2014, Allen Robinson, his starting quarterback was Chad Henne. Who the hell is Chad Henne? I don't know. I hope you guys know because I don't. Then 2015, 2016, 2017, his quarterback was Blake Bortles. And putting up 1,400 yards with 14 touchdowns with Blake Bortles, in my opinion, it's extremely impressive. It really is. 14 touchdowns and 1,400 yards with Blake Bortles is extremely impressive, in my opinion. Then he goes another year, Blake Bortles, a bit of a down year, has just under 900. And then he's hurt 2017, which leads him to make his move in free agency and go on to Chicago. Now, all 3 years up until this last season, Mitchell Trubisky. Look at the numbers. 1,100, 1,200, and then this last season, he's dealing with a quarterback carousel. He's not sure, is Justin Fields starting? He's not sure, is Andy Dalton starting? Who's my quarterback? Puts up almost 500 yards. Obviously, he gets hurt, and that's the end of his season. He's now a free agent. And I really like Allen Robinson, and here's why. We just got their assistant of pro scouting, and we hired them as our assistant general manager, Champ Kelly. He must have some ties to Allen Robinson. He must. There must be some ties with Champ Kelly and Allen Robinson, and I'm very happy. I am very excited to see this offseason. I'm excited to see that Vinny B name dropped Allen Robinson, especially because I feel like Allen Robinson will be the cheapest of the two. Do I think he's going to do more production? I do feel like he fits McDaniel's system more than Chris Godwin. Now, let's go to Chris Godwin. Now, some of you guys may be saying, did you just call Tom Brady average? No, I did not call Tom Brady average. But the other quarterback that he's dealt with by the name of Jameis Winston is literally the definition of average. His best season in his career was 30 interceptions to 30 touchdowns. That is average as it gets by all definitions of the word. Like it's not good. Now he's a guy that he was a third round pick, 84th overall by Tampa Bay. No slouch by any means, but he really didn't kick off his career until Jameis Winston had that 30 touchdown, 30 interception season, right? He had 1,300 yards, high amount of touchdowns, 9 touchdowns. We sure as hell know we can use that. Right? We can use a 9 touchdown receiver. Then it drops a little bit, goes down to 840 when they bring in Tom Brady, they bring in Antonio Brown, they bring in Gronkowski. Of course, they already have Mike Evans. Like this roster is absolutely stacked. On top of that, they have Rojo. They bring in Leonard Fournette, 840 yards. He's basically a role player, still has seven touchdowns, still averaging almost 13 yards per catch. Isn't the greatest, but by no means is it bad, right? Then this year, he kind of takes over. He's kind of outshining Mike Evans, and then boom, the ACL injury happens, which is a little bit scary, right? ACL is very, very hard to come back from, but due to the fact he's only 25, there's a lot of hope that he can make a return. And his contract will definitely be over $15 million. Same goes for Allen Robinson. It's just a matter of fact of who do you guys want? That's why I'm bringing this to you guys. Who would you prefer? If we're going out and getting a free agent receiver that's not Devontae Adams, of course we all want Devontae Adams. But if you're not going to get if you're not going to get the top dog, there's two guys underneath him, and that's these two. Who would you guys prefer? Would you prefer the younger Chris Godwin is coming off that ACL tear, but was about to put up his best numbers of his career? He was looking like the #1 receiver over there in Tampa Bay until it happened. Or would you go for that true savvy veteran that, in my opinion, fits the scheme a little bit better? He is older. This would be his third team. Probably would cost around the same, if not a little bit more, in my opinion. I think he would cost a little bit more. He has 40 touchdowns in his career. Very, very solid for a guy that's had Mitchell Trubisky, Blake Bortles, and Chad Henne as his quarterback. And then you got Chris Godwin, 29 touchdowns on his career, just over 4,600 career receiving yards. And then you got A-Rob, who's obviously been in the league for I think almost double, and almost 6,500. Now A-Rob, second round pick from Jacksonville Buccaneers. Chris Godwin is their third round pick, right? So honestly, you guys, which one would you guys prefer? Like I said, personally, my guy is Allen Robinson. There's so much talent in this draft. Honestly, you guys may hate me for it, but the more I look at how deep this wide receiver class is, I would love Devontae Adams, but it's not needed. Devontae Adams is not needed. The more I look into this wide receiver group, this just even the tight ends in this year's draft is very, very good. And maybe the 27 would still be too much for Devontae Adams when you have so much freaking talent in this year's draft. So these are the guys that were name dropped. Shout out to Vinny B. So I had to bring this video for you guys. Very, very interesting, man. Very, very interesting. Both coming off an injury. Chris Godwin, ACL. Allen Robinson was a hamstring. He chose to sit out the rest of the year. It is what it is. Who do you guys want? Who would you prefer outside of Devontae Adams? Let me know. Let me know in the comment section down below, Raider Nation. Like I said, my guy is A-Rob all the way. Maybe you can start talking about a Brandon Cooks. He's been in Josh McDaniels' system. He knows Josh McDaniels. After the Raiders hired Josh McDaniels, he actually he commented under the NFL's post of the Raiders hiring Josh McDaniels, and his comment was game changer. So Brandon Cooks, definitely an option, could be a talking point here as we approach the free agency period very, very shortly. But Raider Nation, that will be it for today's video. As always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. So close to 4,000 subscribers, and I couldn't thank you guys enough, man. I love you guys so much. I appreciate every single one of you guys that comes in, tunes in, always hits the like. You guys are the freaking best. So I'm always going to try and keep pumping out this content with you guys. Let me know in the comment section down below. Seriously, who is your guys' favorite draft prospect in this coming draft? It's getting closer, man. It's getting closer. I really want to do some more homework on these draft prospects. One of the funnest things to do this time of year. Let me know an underrated, an under the radar draft prospect, and I will do my homework. And on the next live, guess what? I'll probably name drop them. But Raider Nation, that'll be it for today's video. Love you guys, and I am out.